Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing a third entry into our alien that we are creating known as the Insalvytors. Now if you followed up on the other ones, you'd realize I've been doing this for at least a week, and possibly a week later I had forgot about making this alien and I just kinda got inspired to do another one. This one has less enthusiasm than the other ones. But anyways, let's begin. So today I thought we can do the the ships, basically, but we'll do 4 basic ships. So I'll draw them a little smaller than they are on paper, since these ones are not really your typical like 7-kilometer ships. These are much bigger and much scarier to the ones that you are used to, because well, they are very, very, very advanced compared to the other aliens that I've created. I decided to put in details in this one because I thought it'd be much better condition to put in details. But until then, right now we can just focus on the basics of the ships, such as the corvettes, the destroyers, the cruisers, the battleships, and the behemoth, or titan for the others that played other games that name ships. So right now this one is the carrier. It may not look like a carrier, but it just takes more time to create a ship than it usually does in its normal creations. But today I just thought it'd be best if I try to do this as fast as possible, so I don't waste time, whatever you call it. Besides, I already wasted too much time doing those details right there. These are the thrusters. They're a little rushed, but I'll try and like fix them later on when I'm kind of getting into it more and more. But since right now you have to deal with this, here you go. This is the Corvette. Looks like a little beetle, or a little, what's that thing called again from Pokemon? Doesn't matter. What matters is I make these ships as soon and as better as possible. So every single ship isn't really treated as a little fortress or a lifeboat. It's actually, each ship actually is treated for something different, such as these ones are created to do more damage, and these ones are the destroyers that I thought would be like the much bulkier ones, other than the carrier, which is more flat and vertical. I hope I'm getting these right. If not, feel free to correct me. I don't really care if I'm corrected or not. You might not see because of my big hand, but I'm trying to do this as much as I can, so bear with me here. If not, well, that's okay. You can watch this whenever time you feel like you have any sort of time you got. This thing may look like it's dong, but it ain't really. It's dong. It's actually the weapon that is used to take out other ships, or take out an entire swarm of ships, since this thing can cause chain reactions. Let's get into thrusters. Okay, so now we got the destroyers, the carriers. Let's decide to do the corvettes. Basically, I call them the fighters instead of the corvettes because I don't like using human words for things that are more alien than they should be. It just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel original. But oh shit, messed up there a little bit. Now it's not really fun doing this without you guys, but the reason why I'm not doing as much measurements as I used to is because these ones don't need measurements. The aliens actually needed measurements because they were more complex than the ships, since I make ships almost every single day. They may all have the same weapons, but I'll get in more detail as I progress through my life. So you're wondering why the crystals are exposed and not covered up? Just to, the crystals are unbreakable. I think the only thing that can break them is either something that can break a planet or something else. So we have the corvettes, the fighters, the carriers. Now we need the battle cruisers. And what in God's name can be a battle cruiser in these type of situations as these ships? Well, I'm thinking a battle cruiser can be... That's my first time drawing a battle cruiser. So you're just going to have to bear with my imaginative rushing right now, because this ain't actually what I made. I'm just kind of stealing the ideas of the other aliens of the other alien ships that I got. Such as that part came from that. And there's a much bigger thing. And this one actually has something that is actually very cool. Now this weapon I thought would be a cool ass weapon to make. It's actually something like a ring, but it works as like generating power, so it kind of like spins like this, and it creates more of like a blaster kind of thing. Oh god, these people are fighting outside. Who cares? Well, there's the blaster. Let's create it whatever it is, basically. So we can get in more depth with this part, but I don't feel like it's important to get in depth or get in more details with these as I wanted to, but since I only have little time, I make whatever I try. And that just came off the top of my head, that little ring thing. So you can just get a little taste of how fast my imagination works. Like, I just made that out of nowhere. I just made that completely, just because. And that part I think I ripped off. Yep, at that part where it spins. Kind of spins like a relay from Mass Effect. But who cares, right? So this thing will have much bigger weapons on it. Have more beams. These aren't just shooting electricity. These are actually shooting gamma radiation, which is very dangerous because it can melt through. Basically, the reason why they chose gamma weapons is because it doesn't stop at the armor. It actually goes through the armor and burns through it. So it's more dangerous, and armor is useless compared, but it stops most of the gamma radiation from killing you. So all these weapons are just like made to shoot and just break everything. So we got the battle cruisers. So we got the battleship, we got the corvettes, we had the destroyer, the carrier, now we make the cruiser. Now the cruiser is, I think a cruiser is the same as a carrier. No it isn't. Actually it isn't. Oh, I forgot about the thrusters of the corvettes. Okay. So this time I'll spend a little less time on this one since, well, this one doesn't really do much. But this one kind of looks a little... These one look a little bit... Okay, this one kind of looks more sleeker than the rest. One of them look more bubble round. So this one is actually like a bulk. It's actually like an artillery weaponry. So it uses much bigger gamma weapons than the others. But it doesn't carry anything around. Like, it kind of works as a battle cruiser. It kind of works as a battleship, I meant, slash carrier. Since it carries its own defense fighters to protect it, as it is the artillery of like the weapons that are used here. Let's make another weapon I just came up with scratch here. Okay, let's this feels out of place, but who cares if it feels out of place? Alright, I'm the maker here. So this is an artillery weapon basically. That's like a battleship. All these types of things that I've created here. Now let's draw up here. Ship types. Make sure you leave that in. Since I got weaponry, the armory. This one looks a bit more cleaner than usual, actually. And that's what I like about it. These ones look more better. Okay, let's actually create little, their little TIE fighters, shall I say. The little dudes will kind of look like that. Little drone kind of dudes. Don't focus. Cannot focus. So I gotta draw that a little bit more depth. But that's how they look compared to the others. This is what they use basically. It uses 1 thrusters instead of 20 or 10 or 5 or 30 or 15 basically. And when I'm actually done, I'm actually gonna write it down on a notebook and get all their stats and stuff so I can so I can get in more with this. But let's actually like colorize it now. So now I'm gonna get into more coloring this time, and now I know how to skip. I am going to do my best to color. So I got them now colored, and this is how they look like now. You can see that they're little gamma crystals that generate the power for the ships, and their weapons and their armor is white. Well, that's pretty much the nanotech that's doing it, and that gray is basically the stone that they use for their advances. And I thought this would be a pretty cool thing to do. And now since I got the ships, the Insalvytors, the weapons and armor, I thought this will probably be another one. Not the detailing, I shall say. But today felt pretty long, and I thought today would be a pretty good video. And I will see you guys in the next video where I talk about their lore that I created and such stuff like that. But the part 4 will now be the planets and the cities that I'll be creating. And I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.